Mic testing. I'm so back. Hello, my loves, and welcome to the Heart to Heart podcast with me, Patty, as your host, wherein we have honest and heartfelt conversations about meaningful topics that encourage you to live a beautiful life. So, for this week's episode, as you can see, we have a change of scenery, a change of background, if I may say, because you are in my bed. It's getting a little personal here. We are in my bed, and that could tie into this week's topic, which is casual dating, especially as a lover girl. So I have made a video before about dating and where I was at that time. I can insert it somewhere here. But at that time, I believe I was talking about celibacy or where I was when it comes to dating. But me talking about casual dating for this era of my life and specifically in this episode, I know it's about to get juicy, so let's dive into it. So I have my trusty laptop here beside me and I asked chat what is casual dating. Sabi daw niya, casual dating is when two people spend time together romantically without being in a committed, exclusive relationship. It's a way to get to know each other, enjoy each other's company, and see where things go without the expectations of a serious partnership. The boundaries and expectations can vary, so clear communication is important. Now, anyway, I don't think casual dating was something that was popular back in the olden days, like the generation of our parents, it wasn't really there because their approach to dating is date to marry. Like, as soon as you find someone that you're really into, it's immediately about marriage. And fortunately, unfortunately, our generation is just not built like that. Like with the emergence of social media and the illusion of many options, like even if you have so much chemistry or good vibes with a person, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna marry them. And to add to that, I may get roasted for this, but is marriage even the end goal here? I mean, many people from our generation, especially women, are putting off marriage and focusing solely on their careers and their own self fulfillment and honestly, the centering man, and honestly, same. But like, you know what? We'll dive into it a bit more because I'm kind of in that state. Quite frankly, I have been single for the past 3 years. Give or take, I've had some flings, but the last serious relationship or even situationship that I entertained was 3 years ago. So that was 2023. So I did the whole 1 year of celibacy and, just solo dating and spending time to get to know myself, heal myself. That was the year of 2024. So I was completely alone and I loved it. I ate it up. By 2025, my approach to dating was I wanted to get married. Yes. So last year, I really wanted to get married. Was I in a relationship? No. Did I have anyone? No. But my mindset was, I think I've done the inner work. Like, I'm ready to have a husband. I want to have kids. I want to be a stay at home mom and just, be a traditional wife. Well, life happened and that's not really what I want right now. So, anyway, all that to say that in our generation, it's just more normalized to do casual dating. And here I asked chat again, why is casual dating more common in our generation or Generation Z? And it said casual dating is more common among Gen Z because many young people are prioritizing personal growth, education, career, travel, and self discovery before settling into a serious relationship. So our generation also grew up with dating apps and social media, which created more opportunities to meet people and explore different types of connections. So like what I said earlier, right? At the same time, Gen Z tends to value flexibility and emotional independence, making casual dating an appealing option while figuring out what they truly want. So, after telling you a little bit about casual dating, why am I even talking about this? Well, okay, only you, my podcast listeners, are gonna know that I am back in the dating scene. Yes, I am casually dating. I can't even say it, but I'm casually dating right now. See, it's so hard for me to say because as someone who's been single for the past 3 years, I have learned to enjoy my alone time. And I love my alone time. I love my own space. I love my own schedule. I love not having to explain myself to anyone. I love getting to do anything I want without worrying about someone else's approval or opinion. And I've just been living the solo girl era who just travels everywhere, does whatever she wants, and has fun with life. And it has been fun. But, as a lover girl, I have to be honest that there are times when I do want lambing or want someone to make me kilig. So I'm using Filipino terms here. Pero it's just that sometimes we need that little excitement in our lives. And I know some other girls who are really in their solo self development era, they're going to be like, well, if you're wanting a guy, that just means you're not busy enough. Girl, same. I've been there. I made that excuse like, you just have to make yourself busy and you're not going to think about a man. I did make myself busy. I built a business. I've been traveling everywhere. I've been working nonstop. But there still comes a point wherein you want to have a connection because why? We are humans and we're built for connection. May it be friendships, relationships, or kahit ano man yan. So, all that to say, that's where I am right now. I love my alone time. I can do whatever I want, but why would I deny myself the pleasure of connecting with people if it will make me happy? To explain it further, it's like I don't need a relationship or I don't need a man to feel complete. I feel complete within myself. I just want to explore and meet people, and in the process of that, meet parts of myself as well, right? Because there's a difference between healing on your own and saying that, okay, I'm healed. I've healed my attachment. I'm good. I have such good traits in me and I've done the inner work. And you're all doing that just alone. It's easy to say that because it's just you, yourself, and your mind. So you think you're okay. But the only way to test out how much you've healed is to actually meet people or dip your feet in the dating scene. Because how will you know what your real attachment style is if you don't actually try to get attached to people? Meaning, if you don't try to connect with people, right? And to add on to that, every person that you meet, especially in the dating scene, is just a mirror to who you are at that moment. How you interact with the person. They kind of mirror parts of you and where you are in life right now, especially when it comes to self growth and working on your attachment. So, I've talked a bit about what casual dating is and how I'm currently in it, but the real dilemma is how do you casually date if you're a lover girl? So, at first, I was thinking about this. I didn't really jump into casual dating right away. I kind of was like, doing a little bit of self reflection, like, okay, I know I'm at a space wherein I'm willing to talk to people, get to know some people romantically, and explore my options. But how do I do it knowing my tendencies as a lover girl? So, all my lover girls out there, especially the Scorpios, because we really deep in it when we're in a lover girl situation. But all my lover girls know that we tend to romanticize everything. Like everything in our life is romantic. Like it's not just our relationships. Everything is romantic. We tend to see life with rose tinted glasses, if I'm saying that right. And basically, I think at the core of every lover girl is just a lot of love to give. Like, we have a lot of love to give. And there's a difference between having a lot of love to give because you've done the inner work versus wanting to give a lot of love because you feel like you have to earn it from someone or you have to get it from someone. Okay, there's a difference. And I'd like to believe I've done the inner work, that I'm okay by myself. I've done the inner work and I just know I have a lot of love to give and I'm willing to explore right now. I'm not necessarily looking for a serious committed relationship. Why? Because I have a lot of goals, plans, and trips, honestly, that involve me just being single. Like, I really don't have space in my life for a full blown serious relationship. And I know some other people out there will disagree because that was me last year. I'm telling you, I wanted to get married. Like it's like date to marry. Like if we're not getting married, I won't even go out and see you. Like every guy that I went on a date with last year, it was all about getting married and what can you offer to the table, stuff like that. It was all too serious. And I think I was just being too tight on myself. I feel like I was just holding on to the idea of marriage and just settling down. And honestly, I was in the middle of a quarter life crisis so much. I still am, but more so last year. It's just this year, my approach to dating is like, girl, whatever. It's like, it's not really that deep. I know what I want, but it's also not that deep. It's my silly, hot, and having fun year. And so that's me, but I won't take away the fact that I'm a lover girl and I still have my morals, values, and things that I require in a casual dating setup. So, for casual dating, when it comes to being a lover girl, I think it really requires a lot of self reflection, alone time, and self awareness to know if you're actually ready to casual date, knowing that you tend to over romanticize things or you easily get attached. I think you can be a lover girl and casually date as long as you've worked on your attachment style. Like, you know when to step back when it's not working for you anymore, but you also know when to connect and try to explore things with a person when you're actually genuinely interested in them. And likewise, like the feelings are reciprocated. So, yeah, essentially, casual dating can work. There's a lot of gray area in casual dating, which is why it's so interesting to talk about this topic. I really would want to know your ideas, opinions, and whatever you want to say about this topic. I have asked my girlfriends about this topic because a lot of them are lover girls too, but they are exploring the casual dating scene. And yeah, I do also want to add that when I say I'm in the casual dating scene, I don't necessarily mean the streets or like casual hookups or, sleeping with multiple people. For me, and you can define casual dating in your own terms. That's why it's such a nuanced topic. But for me, casual dating means going on dates with people that you're interested in, getting to know them, spending time, getting to know them on a romantic level. But for me, my boundary is I don't necessarily want to sleep with every person that I date. Like, I know when it comes to, I'm just gonna bleep this. I feel like that's a different level already because the moment you start sleeping with someone, the way our hormones are designed, you're gonna get attached as a woman. Been there, done that, and I don't wanna do that. So, casual hookups, I'm not really into it. The streets, I'm not really into it either. I think I'm approaching casual dating as a lover girl in a way that if I'm interested in you and we both agree that we're in a space that we don't really want a full blown, serious, long term relationship, but we're willing to explore how we are together and our wants and interests, if we align, if we have fun together, if you want to make good memories together, but not necessarily sleep together or do any intimate things. It's really up to you, your person or who you're talking to in casual dating, but really it's up to you to set those standards so that casual dating works for you as a lover girl. So more on the topic of the lover girl dilemma and when you're entering the casual dating scene as a lover girl, I think I'd want to talk about when it comes to a point wherein you're getting more emotionally invested in a person that you're casually dating more than you expected. As a lover girl, that is such a tendency. As long as you're self aware, you're gonna know, like, oh my gosh, I think I'm getting more attached. And how this looks like is when you're already waiting for their text, like all the time, like you expect it, or I think you're getting emotionally invested when you want to start seeing them every day. Because for me, casual dating, we don't have to see each other every day. Maybe that's just my avoidant attachment now. I was an anxious attachment, by the way. Like, that was my attachment style before. I feel like now my attachment style is avoidant. Um, but wait, low key though, honestly, it might have even been like a disorganized attachment style. I can make another episode soon about your attachment styles. That's an interesting topic in itself. But I feel like before I was more of an anxious, disorganized attachment, but now I'm just avoidant detached attachment style. Like, I just really enjoy my alone time. But if someone comes into my sphere and I'm interested in getting to know them in a romantic way, not necessarily sleep with them, but just get to know them through dates and have fun together, make memories, then I'd be willing to. But yeah, going back to the topic of when you're getting more emotionally invested, like you want to see them every day. You start to get jealous if they're also seeing other people. Because for me, when you're entering the casual dating scene, you have to expect that the person that you're talking to is also talking to other people. I mean, it really depends on you. But for me, I would prefer that the person that I'm casually dating um, is genuinely interested in me and only me. But that's kind of toxic because you kind of have to put it in your head that we're all talking to people right now. Like, if I'm seeing you, there's a possibility that you're also talking to other people. You have to clarify, though, if that person is one in an actual serious relationship, or second, if they're leading someone on, or if they're in another situationship, or three, um if it's not in alignment, like you're entering a casual dating scene wherein you both say that you're not looking for a serious relationship but they're actually looking for a serious relationship, or vice versa. All that to say that when you're in the casual dating scene, you kind of have to really expect that if I'm talking to many guys at once, getting to know them as well, going on dates with them, and not necessarily being intimate, just getting to know them when the opportunity arises. It's not like I'm running after them. It's just, if they ask me out on a date nicely and gentlemanly, why would I say no? Like, I'm young, I'm hot, and I want to have fun. So I will go on a date. And let's say I'm also talking to another guy. He has to expect that I'm also seeing other people, and I have to expect that he's also possibly seeing other women. See, old Patty would totally be against this, but I feel like in this age and stage of mine right now, it's not really that serious. Like I'm not really looking for a husband right now, although there's a part of me, honestly speaking, that's still hoping that my husband is out there. I think right now, my career, my own goals, my own travel plans, my friendships, my girls are more important. So if I were to crave like a connection with a guy, let it just be a cherry on top, like just a good addition to have because I don't need it. It would be nice to have, like, I want some good times, but I don't need it because I already have goodness within me. So guess that's that. But as I was saying, like, if it's different for you, wherein, for example, you see yourself getting emotionally invested, you really, I think you have to put a pause on whoever you're talking to and kind of do another round of self reflection. Like, you kind of have to ask yourself, are my views still the same as when I entered this casual dating setup with this person? Because, the more you get to know a person, obviously you're gonna get attached if you're a lover girl. But again, it takes a lot of self awareness. So, you really have to stop and reflect. I think alone time, like as a lover girl, I think it's so essential for you to have your alone time, even when you're seeing someone casually or seriously. But in this case, casually, I think it's so important to have alone time because when you have your alone time and still stick to your own routines, that's when you realize or still stay grounded. Okay, is this even still right for me? Because I feel like I'm low key getting emotionally invested. It really takes a lot of self awareness. At the same time, to add on to that, I think casually dating works as a lover girl as long as you and your partner know how to openly communicate. As the song goes, communication saves a lot of relationships or something like that, Like communication really is essential, not just if you're in a serious relationship, but even with your friends or in this topic, a casual dating partner, like you have to be open. So communication may look like checking in with each other periodically, whether it be every 2 weeks or whatever you decide on. Like, hey, like we've been seeing each other casually for the past 2, 3 weeks or so. And I kind of just want to check in with you with how you're feeling. Like, are we still both on the same page that, we're technically not ready for a relationship, but we are willing to see each other and explore things together? I guess you also have to check in with your casual dating partner that, hey, like, is this still the same setup wherein you're not hoping Like, there's no end goal of us being actually seriously together because you can't enter a casual dating setup hoping that you're eventually going to be in a serious relationship because that's just absurd and you're setting yourself up for failure, like not just for yourself but also for your partner. Like, if you both went into it saying that you're not ready for a long-term relationship but you're willing to get to know each other and explore things, like, you can't expect for your partner to be in a serious committed relationship with you at the end of this like phase. Like, you just can't expect because it's not good for any of you. So I guess communicating that with your casual dating partner or the people that you're seeing casually is important because communication really is at the heart of every good connection, you know? And on the contrary, let's say you're the one who's starting to get emotionally invested more, but your partner isn't on the same page. I think there's a lot of self-respect that plays in self-awareness and self-respect to communicate that to your partner that, hey, coming into this setup, I thought I could do casual dating and I really wasn't looking for a relationship, but when I met you, I started to consider, actually committing to this, and I'm not sure if we're on the same page, but if we're not on the same page, then I would have to step back, or I would have to step out of this because it's just going to end up hurting me and hurting you, and it's not good. So I guess, like, in a perfect world, right? That's a good script to have if you're already falling for the person and they're not on the same page because you're a lover girl and you're trying to enter the casual dating scene. But yeah, like, it's just all about self awareness, self respect, and communication for it to work. So, yeah, closing that part on the lover girl dilemma in a casual dating setup, I think sometimes the hardest part isn't casual dating itself. It's being honest about what you actually want in any type of setup. And that requires a lot of self reflection, self awareness, self respect, and self love. So let's go to the last part of this episode, which is my honest take on the whole casual dating scene. I think casual dating is not bad, especially in this day and age. I know it's normalized, but if it's something that resonates with you, like you're not necessarily looking for a long term relationship, but you want to explore some connections, get to know yourself while getting to know other people, casual dating can work. But you have to remember that casual dating is not for everyone. Not everyone is built for it. And honestly, for me, I can honestly say that I'm still figuring out where I stand with casual dating. I just know that I'm not into casual hookups. I'm not into sleeping around. I'm not into being in the streets, but I am open to going on dates with multiple people and getting to know them romantically, getting to know them, and how they present themselves in this world, forming a connection, but not necessarily settling down because that's just me. Like, I'm not in the space to settle down right now. I have a lot of plans and goals. I am literally everywhere every single month. So, LDR just does not work for me at all. And I'm going to lose interest, quite frankly. But yeah, that could change in the future because my last episode on, once again, dating, it was so different. And that was like 2 years ago, 2024. So it's 2026 now, and this is where I stand with dating. So I'm casually dating. But yeah, I'm still figuring it out. And again, casual dating is not for everyone, and you have to do a lot of self reflection to know if you're ready for it or if you want it. And I think it's important to state that knowing yourself is more important than any dating trend. Like, once again, I know that casual dating has been a dating trend nowadays, especially in this generation, but you really have to know yourself if you're ready for it. Like, it's really still a path of self inquiry, like exploring yourself if you're down for it. And if you've come to a comfortable space wherein you can take on such thing like casual dating, why not? The best thing that can happen is you get to know yourself more, or another possibility is you actually find the person who is for you for the long term. But another possibility is you get to make these connections that you'll forever remember for the rest of your life, making nice memories with these dates that you go on, right? But the worst thing that can happen, of course, is if you're not emotionally aware, self-aware that okay, maybe I'm dysfunctional in casual dating. I think this is not for me. If you can't bring yourself to admit that, then you're gonna fail in casual dating, okay? So you really have to get to know yourself first before jumping into this. And I guess tying in the idea of being a lover girl in a casual dating setup, I think it's worth mentioning that you don't need to force yourself to be chill or is fine if you're someone who naturally wants depth and commitment. Because there was a time in my life when I was a lover girl to the core, to the max. Like I was really like I wanted someone who was fully devoted. I wanted someone who's like just something so serious. But right now I know there's a part of me that still wants that, yes, but I'm just really open to anything right now. Like, it's my Gemini moon. It's my Gemini moon. But yeah, like I really am at that stage where I'm open to meeting a lot of people, but with my boundaries and my values and with my non-negotiables. Because even if we're casually dating each other, and if it doesn't work out, like if I have a non-negotiable that you do, you're out. Like it's not gonna work for me. So yeah, that's that on that. And so to put a cap on that last part on my honest take on casual dating, I just realized that me being a lover girl isn't something to be fixed. I think that casual dating can teach a lot about yourself, but at the end of the day, I think the most important thing is being honest about the kind of love that you want. And that requires a lot of self awareness and constant check in if you're ready for something like casual dating. So, spend some time with yourself first, and when you're ready, put yourself out there because you'll never know what you'll find. So, that's really that on that. And that's technically it for this episode. I know there's still so much to discuss about casual dating or dating in this day and age or being a lover girl. And I'd love to make more episodes soon about this topic because it's just so juicy, isn't it? But I want to know your thoughts about casual dating, being a lover girl, and everything that I've talked about in this episode. Please feel free to comment that down below. But for now, that is it for this episode. If you like this episode, please give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll see you in the next Heart to Heart podcast episode with love and light, Patty. Bye.